Hi, I'm Aubrey Shines. I'm senior pastor and I'm bishop of G2G Ministries in Tampa, Florida. I often hear the term thrown around, he's a racist. Usually that's denoting someone that is exerting his or her belief and by way of power over someone else, preferring their own group, their own ethnicity. If I'm Scottish or Irish, then if I'm a racist, I'm going to really focus on the Scots or those of my Irish countrymen. That's racism in a nutshell. When I hear that same narrative used for President Donald Trump, I scratch my head in not just disbelief, but just wondering, do we all start out from the same starting point of what a real racist really is? Well, let's consider for just a moment. If Donald Trump is a racist, then his policies would reflect a racist behavior. He would be siding with those that look like him, maybe his height, whatever dynamic you want to pull it into, that's where his strength would be. But consider just a few things if you don't mind. If he's a racist, then why is he making history as it relates to dealing with, let's talk about the historically black colleges and universities and just take a look at what he's done. By the way, what I'm about to show you, no other president has ever done this before, except President Donald J. Trump, the alleged racist. Consider these facts for just a moment. Look at the screen here. I want to show you this. I think you'll get a lot out of it here. When you talk about the historically black colleges, you're looking at several factors. There are a dozen, but I only want to show you just a few of them right now. I think you'll get the point. $35 million of increase in funding for strengthening the historically black colleges and universities program that this president has enacted. He's also, and I think this is so key right here, he's also relieved 4 historically black colleges and universities from $322 million of past hurricane debt. That was a loan that those colleges had made, obviously struggling to pay it back. This president comes in and says, no more. Consider just a few more. This same president is making sure that there is support for year-round Pell Grants for these particular colleges and universities. The last one that I want you to really pay attention to, and I think this is so significant, not that the others are not, but this one that deals with the faith-based issues here. Under this president, previous law had restricted 40 faith-based HBCUs and their seminaries, by the way, from fully accessing federal support for capital improvement projects. That just simply meant that faith-based institutions, which made such extraordinary contributions, by the way, here in this country, they were not able to receive any federal funding because there needed to be a separation between the federal government, and here's the key word, the church or the nonprofit. Got to separate them. That's what you hear all the time. Why is this important? It's simple. Why is it that it has taken a conservative president to do something that black leaders have never even touched before? Not one time in 8 years did Barack Obama even fight this issue. As a matter of fact, I dare you to do your own study and find out what his 8 years did for historically black colleges and universities. Listen, anybody can talk the talk. But when you really want to know where a person really stands, that's it. You got to find where the money goes. And if this president is doing something that has never been done, maybe it's time for you to reconsider the narrative you've been sold. I say this often. Consider this one last time. Why is it that the same party that gave you KKK, they gave you Jim Crow laws, they don't want faith-based institutions to receive anything federally? Oh, you can receive it if you're some group that doesn't have any value as it relates to a Judeo-Christian value, but definitely not any faith-based groups. But yet this president has said this is unfair. His administration believes it's unconstitutional, and yet he's fighting to change this, but I guess he can't because a racist would never help, especially black colleges and universities. People, it's time to wake up. An election is coming soon. you got to begin to rethink everything you've ever been taught before. Please go back and find out who really did fight against blacks in America. What political group was it? What political group did not want to count blacks as all 100% human? Which group wanted to count them as just a portion human? You'll be surprised to learn. I'll give you a little cheat sheet here. It was the Democratic Party. We got to change our behavior. We got to change what we've been doing. You got to begin to ask more questions and stop believing it because somebody told you that she's a racist or he's a racist. Find out not what they tell you that that person is saying. Find out what they're doing, and you'll have a change of heart and you'll have a change of mind. Listen, until I come again, I bid you peace.